The last couple of years have been incredibly revealing, especially for men. They've realized they have value. They've realized they have a future. They've realized they're being played against by the government, media, education, and society, which have built false narratives against them to diminish their sense of masculinity. They've realized that women, or rather, modern women, have been busy trying to suppress their nature, telling them that to be masculine is to be wrong. Men all over the world have realized the shocking truth. In this video, we go on a deep dive to find out these truths and how men can learn from them. Society gave us the impression that there was no other choice except to find a spouse, give up the rest of our life, and get married. If you didn't go down that road, something was wrong with you. Because they don't want you to live your entire life how you want to. This is how crazy the cult of monogamy really is. The cult of monogamy makes it look like marriage is the only way forward. They force marriage and partnerships on others around them until everyone is miserable together. Because if you are happy being single and free, then you are a direct danger to all they believe. Since, as you are well aware, sadness enjoys company. Let me be honest with you, people. Some people are good at getting married and staying monogamous. They are a minority, though, so we cannot try to live like them. Especially when the death of one or both partners is used to measure the success of a marriage. You must understand what a happy marriage looks like, when they are so hard to come by. How many elderly people who are still alive and have had happy marriages can we consult for advice on how to meet a good woman? You get what I mean, right? In order to find a good woman and have a happy marriage, which is already a difficult struggle, we must already fight an uphill battle. Women are not the same anymore. They don't have any moral barriers. Furthermore, the types of women in the past and the present are not the same. Finding a good woman who will succeed in monogamy, much alone marriage, is now harder than it was back then. Even virgins today think differently than virgins did in the past. Nowadays, society views virgins as odd or as having a problem if they haven't had any intimate experience. She will eventually want to see what she missed out on, even if you get a virgin. With so many temptations in 304 cultures running rampant in society, you can no longer rely on that even an inexperienced woman would be by your side and be devoted to you. Even if you find a woman who fulfills the description of a woman who will be successful in marriage, monogamy are no longer worthwhile because there are many examples of husbands who married virgins and they ended up cheating on them. I tell you all of this to demonstrate that most men will not choose the route of monogamy and marriage, since the women of today are not compatible with such a commitment. To be fair, a lot of males also struggle with monogamy and marriage. Some men are designed to be single. I genuinely believe that while some people gain enormously from partnerships and monogamy, therefore, the monogamous group has to quit imposing its ideals and ideas upon those who ought to be or prefer to be single and just let them live their lives. Men in particular are demonized by the monogamous group because they prefer to live their life independently and have the flexibility to do anything they want whenever they want. All because those males are unable to envision their own freedom. Or, as is the case with the ladies, they gain from males giving their lives as a sacrifice, which motivates them to take you back to the plantation. Given how destructive relationships and marriages are, it is truly repulsive that individuals force them upon other people. However, I understand why marriage and relationships have been promoted to us for so long. As a result, if you choose to defy the system, it will attack you and try to force you to conform, exactly as in the Matrix. Thus, you should always assume that the majority of people would not accept your decision to be single. You must be ready to let go of people and face scrutiny as a result of living your life freely and without apology. Nobody can give me advice on getting married or starting a relationship at this stage in my life. I don't care what anyone says, because I know that when I'm in the bottomless pit or the belly of the beast getting divorced until kingdom come, no one is going to come to my rescue or stand by me as I have my assets forcibly stolen. If you really want to be single, you guys should adopt the same mentality. Don't let anyone push you aside so they may feel better about themselves. It's your one life, not theirs, at the end of the day. Single men are happier without women because they can spend their lives without the burden of women and the burden of being lifelong providers for them. Let's now discuss why being unmarried and in a relationship with a modern woman will make you happier. Men who are unmarried are generally happy because they are freed from the burden of having to provide for an unappreciative and unsatisfactory family. Guys, your wife, and your kids are not going to appreciate all your efforts to support and defend them. 9 times out of 10, they won't say thank you or go above and beyond to show you how much they care. This is what is therefore waiting for you if you already have a family or want to start one. And many guys who decide to remain single and avoid starting a family quickly come to the realization that having to cope with their families and society's expectations of them, working nonstop, takes a tremendous amount of load off their shoulders. The terrible aspect is that those closest to you aren't even willing to express a token of appreciation. Therefore, it's like a switch flip in men's heads when they understand that all the money they make goes into their wallets and they can do whatever the hell they want. When they no longer have to consider, worry about, or provide for others, they realize they may live their lives according to their own terms and be happy alone. Because they must always remain on the hamster wheel of working and supplying until they are elderly, the majority of men who enter partnerships and start families never get to experience this bliss and weight lift off their shoulders. Since their family doesn't value them, they don't even receive acknowledgement for their efforts. As long as the bills are paid and there is food in their stomachs, their family won't complain since they will believe that this is what these men should be doing. Even the dog appreciates what the husband provides for it more than the people he loves, which is so awful that some daughters see their fathers as little more than a wallet. And for guys, that is a sad truth. Today, fortunately, guys who take a different path don't have to go through that feeling of isolation and unhappiness since they can live their life and do what they want without ungrateful others fishing, moaning, and complaining. Men who are single can enjoy peace, quiet, and freedom, which is the second factor that makes them happier. I'm sorry to break it to you, but once you have a woman, you can never have peace, quiet, or freedom. It's practically impossible since contemporary women are unwilling to give a man any of these things and are unaware of how to do it. You can never find serenity with all the yapping and nagging that women do because they don't know when and how to keep their mouths shut. Women love to chatter and incite trauma so they can test you and see whether you're strong. They want attention and validation all the time. And therein lies the issue. Just flush your independence down the toilet because you can't do whatever the heck you want once a woman is up under you, especially if you're married and have children. If you pick a wife over a lifetime, forget about independence. You will have to labor continuously to maintain everyone's happiness in the home, and that is the price you must be willing to pay. The terrible thing is that most guys don't even realize they desire alone, freedom, and tranquility since they never had the time to consider their options. Because those men are so preoccupied with feeling alone, they never learn to enjoy how pleasant it is to wander around their own homes in silence. Believe me when I say that once you experience what peace, calm, and freedom are like, you will find happiness in that without a doubt. To be clear, happiness is not something you should strive for or live your life for. Happiness is only a transient sensation and emotion that will come and go. And it's an emotion to understand that most of your life will be dull and monotonous, and that's normal. Happiness is the highlight of life. Men all over the world have realized that there's no future for them with modern women. Unless women realize where feminism is taking them, they're going to soon be living in a world where finding a man will be considered an achievement. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And let us know your thoughts on this in the comments. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.